Tim Blankenship here, Divorce661 Daily Perspective, episode 36, Day in the Life of an LDA. That stands for Legal Document Assistant, also known as Legal Document Preparer. And I have a good show for you today. Got like 10 other videos out, pre-recorded videos, and this is our somewhat live video of the day. The Daily Perspective goes out at 5 o'clock every day. Recap of calls, conversations, and issues clients had and how we resolved them, to kind of give you a peek into what I do. So you guys are all doing well on this Monday, December 4th at 5 p.m. if you're watching this as this drops live. So what happened today? 5 consultations, 5 good consultations. You know, sometimes the consultations are brief, or they're contested cases where the parties actually need an attorney. There's no agreement, some weird things going on that I have to refer them out. But all people that seem like a good fit for me, they're amicable and working towards an agreement. I think we'll be able to help all of them. Took 2 new cases today, 2 new filings. One was a new case, brand new, did the initial petition, and filed that this morning at 8 o'clock, and it was e-filed, and already have copies from the court within like 10 minutes. That's why I love LA County. We do handle all the counties, of course, but LA is the fastest as we speak. But yeah, one was a new case and one was a judgment that we took over. It was being rejected, and they hired me, and we already have that done. They e-signed it, e-notarized, and we already e-filed it, and I probably have it back tomorrow approved. So yeah, 5 consultations, 2 new cases, 2 judgments submitted for approval that I just talked about. And we had 4 cases that came back from court that were approved in total. 2 we filed today and they came back approved today. 2 we filed on Friday, kind of later in the day, around 3 o'clock, and we got those approved today as well. If we get them in at 8 in the morning, they usually get approved the same day if it's the downtown LA Central Courthouse. Some of the county or courts in LA County are not that fast. One of the approvals we had today was a case we submitted for 28 days ago for review and approval with Torrance. So Torrance took almost a month to review a judgment that was, not complicated. There's no reason for it to take that long when we were getting them done and, approved in 4 hours through the Central Courthouse, and Torrance is taking 30 days. Can't explain that. They definitely handle less cases there. Maybe they're short staffed. Maybe they lost the e-file. I don't know, but that got approved today. So the client was glad. She was hoping to have that done before Thanksgiving, but we don't control the tempo of the courts. We have a good idea of the timeline because we file so many cases. But if you're watching this and you haven't started your divorce, first of all, call me. I'll take care of it for you. But if you're not going to use me and you're going to try and do it yourself, file downtown LA and e-file it. It'll be the fastest way to go. So yeah, Torrance, 4 cases approved. Torrance took 30 days. That's why I do file all of our cases. Just to reiterate, all of the cases, if you start with me from scratch, we're going to e-file in downtown Central Courthouse. I don't care where you live in LA County because you're not going there. Neither am I. It's all e-file, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just so we can get your cases done fast. 6-month-old divorce case, which was straightforward. I guess we finished that in a day, same day service, if you will. They were on board. They wanted to get it knocked out, and we took care of that today, all in one shot. Which begs me to ask you, how much is your time worth? Talking about someone who hired me. I was actually working over the weekend, and just wanted to just check in, because otherwise Mondays can be crazy if I don't kind of sneak in and do some work on the weekend. But Sunday, I sitting at my computer, someone paid for our service, and I thought, what the heck, let's just get this going. Sent them their initial documents. They e-signed them, and I e-filed them on a Sunday. Now I got confirmation they were received by the court, but they won't process it obviously until they're in on Monday. So this morning at 8 o'clock, we had the very first case filed. Got filed and received at 8 o'clock in the morning on a case I e-filed, the petition I e-filed on Sunday. So we do file, we can file 24/7 in LA County, which is nice. It kind of gets it in line. If I would have filed that later today, maybe we wouldn't have got that back for a couple hours, but because it was on the weekend, I assume most other services and attorneys are not working and submitting cases on the weekends like I did, but we got that approval at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is awesome because we were able to finalize their entire divorce case today. Now, this is in lieu of, so I want to kind of give you a scenario and tell me where you fall in this. We have two types of people that hire us. One hires from scratch, haven't filed anything, and the others that come to us when they get stuck in the process. A lot of these cases we take over, they've been going on for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years. And they just, on again, off again. It's not, 5 years of them trying to hammer their way through the divorce process, but it gets frustrating. So they'll kind of give up for like 6 months, and then they'll go back at it, get another rejection. Then they'll get frustrated and stop working their file, their divorce. So I want to ask you, how much is your time worth? This guy that hired me on Sunday, they're done. Today's Monday. Their case is filed. Their settlement agreement is electronically notarized, and their judgment documents are e-signed. Now, 30 days from now, I can submit their judgment for review and approval, and I'll have that approval probably the same day as well. It'll be like January, I think it's January 6th, we can e-file, and they'll be approved, and they're done. As opposed to these cases that I take over that are 6 months old, 8 months old, that they've been, filing all this paperwork, all kinds of rejections. To be fair with you, those cases take me longer to fix than if we just started. So from my point of view, if you hire me before you go and mess up all your paperwork, it's actually easier for me because we're not having to go back and correct everything. Some of these corrections cause us to actually have to refile, file an amended petition, reserve, start from scratch, and all that good stuff. So use a professional, I would say, but the professional you choose, you need to be wary of who you hire. I just got off a consultation. One of the consultations today, the last consultation of the day, was what came up was another paralegal firm who only works with one spouse. So I'm going to tell you this. If you are considering hiring a paralegal service, call them and say, can you work with both spouses? If they will not work with both of you, run away, walk away. Do not use them. Here's the problem that's being caused by that. This gentleman I spoke to on the phone, his wife hired a paralegal firm in the Valley. That's the first problem. Tease him. But and I asked the company name, and now I know who's doing this, at least one of them, because there's a lot of companies out there only working with one spouse. And here's the problem. He called me because he tried calling the company, the paralegal firm that the wife hired, and they're saying that we cannot talk to you. You're not our client. And here's my argument. You're a paralegal. You're not an attorney. You don't represent that person. So why can't you talk to this other spouse? So he's calling around. It's going to frustrate. It is frustrating the process. It's going to make the divorce process that much more difficult to get through. He's like, Tim, I understand why they won't talk to me, number one, but we have a full agreement and I'm totally lost in the process because they're not telling me what to do. He's receiving documents in the mail. They're mailing documents to them when the court e-files. If this couple had hired me from the beginning, I would have had their case done in 2 days. They have a full agreement, but here they are 3 months in the process with a paralegal firm that won't talk to him because they think they represent or playing attorney and think they represent the spouse. And husband is thoroughly confused, as he should be, not getting any communication from them, knowing what's going on. And they're serving him documents. They're serving him the disclosures by mail. All of that is completely unnecessary. It has to be done, but not like that. And now he's like, well, is this my agreement? These disclosure documents? I'm like, no, that's not your agreement. Call them up. They should work with both of you. My service works with both spouses for this exact reason. So I can keep you guys on the same page. So you know what's going on. So you are on the same page throughout the entire process. I even tell you, if you say, Tim, I'm only going to hire you and my spouse is going to go get a paralegal somewhere else, absolutely not. I'm not going to work with you because you're going to get bad information, wrong information from this other service. Plus, why would you do that? I don't charge extra to work with both of you. I guarantee that my fee is cheaper. My flat fee is cheaper working with both parties than these paralegal firms working with just one spouse. If you want a higher rate, or if you want 100% chance, not even a chance, you want your divorce done 100% guaranteed, and you guys are amicable, call me anywhere in California. I can handle your divorce for you as long as you both will sign off on the paperwork and you'll both work with me. But yeah, I tell you, I get frustrated, having these calls with people who are lost in the process when they've already spent good money on a paralegal, but they only will talk with one spouse. Stop playing attorney. You're a paralegal, for God's sakes. Do the paralegal work. This is a simple process, and you're making it worse on people. So give me a call. Be happy to take over your divorce case. And that's all I had for you today. Just 10 minutes of the daily perspective on this Monday. I hope you guys have had a good weekend, and 3 weeks until I think everything shuts down for Christmas. So right around the corner, we can still get your case done, get filed. We had 2 new clients today. and they'll be approved. I think it was January 6th is the approval date. Still 6 months beyond that, beyond when we file, but we can get it approved on that 31st day. You guys have a great day. We'll talk.